know, she was a very bright woman, but a very elegant, I think brilliant. Everybody loved her. Every caretaker that I told wanted to come to the funeral when I told them she had died. And there were just a few.
And they cried.
Because she didn't want help at all. Very little help. Everybody in Arizona is waiting for a memorial service. You know. Well, they can wait. There will be no memorial service and there will be no obituary because her house is full of stuff. Anyway, what I would like to say about her is that I loved her dearly. Sometimes you really don't know the depth or the emotion of your love for someone until they die. And when she did die, and it was fairly peacefully, it just poured out of me and I realized the entirety of everything that I owed her and everything that she did for me. She couldn't do enough for me, she couldn't do enough for Lynn, and she couldn't do enough for Danny. She was a woman that had many, many challenges, and she met them all head on with grace, with dignity, and with a tremendous inner beauty. She was a role model to me and to everybody here, I'm sure, in a lot of ways. She will be greatly, greatly, greatly missed. She would have liked this service just the way I'm doing it. I know that for sure. So, although some of you might want something different, I apologize in advance. We will go to Helen Klebanoff's afterwards and we can talk about her more. Here's Helen and whoever doesn't have directions. I just thought it would be more beautiful and more meaningful to me if whoever wants to speak could say something very brief now, or could wait and we can talk more at Helen's house. So I think Elaine has something.
I was very lucky. Sylvia was my sister, and I had her longer than anyone here. She was gracious, kind, well-read, informed, and everyone loved her. She overcame physical disabilities that would have stopped most people, and found ways to overcome her problems and be successful in spite of it. She had a special way of making you feel good about yourself. When she introduced me as her sister, I was instantly accepted because of her aura. She was a shining example of a life well lived and an inspiration to all, and forever in our hearts.
Helen?
Okay.
I'll hold you first.
My cousin Sylvia was my role model. She was a kind, considerate, beautiful lady, physically and mentally, always helping to make life easy for her children, her husband, and friends and family. Schools were important to her for her children's sake. Her husband, my husband and I lived right next door to Sylvia and Eli. We were very, very lucky. He taught me everything about how to take care of my children. I had the pressure cooker every day so that my children would have healthy food that she had given to her children. We visited them always in Lake Mohegan. They had an adorable and comfortable house that Eli built with much love from a chicken coop. As my mother always said, Eli had golden hands. When my mother was desperately injured, Sylvia took care of my little girl in order for me to go see her. And she was always there. No talking, just helping in every way. Even working, Sylvia helped children with their dyslexia problems, teaching them to read. She knew how important it was to give them a helping hand. She even thought their mothers had to learn to teach their children the important Orton-Gillingham method, so their beginnings would be very helpful to them. Sylvia was my best friend, always happy to hear from me, always wanting us to visit in Scottsdale. I will always remember Sylvia. I was lucky to have Sylvia as my best friend. I was lucky and I was privileged.
Terry, do you want to say something?
I want to say something about my Aunt Sylvia.
Come up here so we can hear you.
Okay.
This is Terri. She's beautiful. I know.
Glad you made it.
Oh yeah! I'm like, that's not your son, Eric. Well, I learned to read thanks to Aunt Sylvia because she made my father learn her 2 o'clock letter thing, and I can remember making big letters in the air.
Emily Goldberg, who is her partner in that.
Making all the big letters in the air. She made my father get me a chalkboard for my room, and I often work as a technical writer thanks to her. But the thing about Aunt Sylvia, and I really have been thinking, I wrote her a letter about it recently, is she was such a lady in the old sense of the word. There was nothing prissy about her, there was nothing pretentious about her, but she just personified this ease and poise, and she was never gossipy, and she was never petty in any way, and she was so classy. And I feel like the thing I really, when I think about her, the thing I really remember is the compliments that she gave me, and I remember every single one. And they were not over anything outrageous, and it was not that she didn't give compliments, she most certainly did. But something about when she said, "That sweater looks beautiful," you kind of marked in your mind, I know it's true, and I'm going to wear the sweater all the time. And it didn't, it didn't matter whether it was saying, oh, this is a glorious salad, when you knew that she was the queen of making a really yummy salad, or whether it was a piece of clothing and you knew that she always looked so perfect, even if she was dressed completely casually. She was just absolutely a lady in the classic sense of the word, and I've never known anyone else that was her equal. And I just feel so blessed that she loved me.
Oh, she loved everybody here. She had a lot of love. Thank you for saying that. All right, I think I'm going to tell them they can go. Where are they? Where are they? The people that are going to lower the casket.
Over here, right there, I think. Right?
Yeah, they're right over here.
Yeah.
You can put some dirt on, which is traditional. Do you want to say anything? No, Danny. Oh, Danny? Do you want to?
Yeah.
You can later if you want.
Go ahead, Danny.
All right. Like to look away.
I loved her cooking, and I'm gonna miss it. And she taught me how to read when I was a younger kid, and she knew how to appreciate people. And I'm gonna miss her.
Thank you, Danny.
Hold this.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
My name is Sheila.
Well, they're going to move it. Carol. Very well set, did you?
Does anybody need directions? Just randomly.
Here. We love you, Aunt Sylvia. It's for the cousins.
Thank you.
Helen, you